Good morning, I'm Michael Rowland on Yorta country at Echuca on the Murray River in Victoria's north. And as we go to air this morning, there is no respite for residents here in Echuca and across Victoria's north as the waterways keep on rising. In fact, just hours ago, evacuation orders were once again issued for here in Echuca, Echuca Village and Charlton Township to the west of here. And properties around Bunbartha, north of Shepparton, have been told to leave immediately because of a failing weir. Here in Echuca, locals have banded together to start building a 2.5 kilometre levee through the town centre in a massive effort to try to protect this city from the worst of the flooding. I'm on the banks of the Murray River and I'll just show our viewers the extent of the rising waters so far. You'll see lampposts half submerged by the rising Murray River, gum trees equally so. We are expecting, according to authorities, major flood level of close to 96 metres above sea level, which is the major flood zone sometime in the next day or 2 days. In the distance, you might be able to hear tractors. There is a levee being built in the distance to try to protect properties on the riverfront, but a really, really worrying couple of days ahead. Earlier, I caught up with Chrissy Willan. She's the local mayor of Echuca and surrounds, and asked her about the community effort underway to help save this town.
It's right here. It's yesterday morning it was at 94.2, flood levels 94.4, and they're expecting it to be 95.9. So we know we've got to get the levee done. Thank goodness we've still got another fine day to try and get through. So yeah, once those waters start coming down, the Goulburn River is coming into the Murray, and that's what's coming here. So we know we've only got perhaps another 24 hours, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, that's our time frame.
Chrissy Weller, the local mayor here of Echuca, whose home, by the way, has also been flooded. So superhuman efforts by her to help her community through this time of crisis. So Echuca's in the gun. Shepparton in central Victoria has had a few dicey days already, care of the Goulburn River peaking. Courtney Howe's on the ground there. Courtney, good morning. What's the latest in the city there at the moment?
Yes, good morning, Michael. A little bit of good news for residents waking up this morning. The Goulburn River here in Shepparton is dropping, and we've seen it drop about 15 centimetres overnight. And some locals we've spoken to this morning who have been out and about to have a look at what it's looking like today have said they've noticed it receding right back, which is great news for people. But unfortunately, we are expected to stay at that major flood level for the next few days yet. We've been hearing from authorities that in some areas today we would see water in some streets at only ankle deep, but in others it's still going to be up to their knees for a little while yet, which is unfortunate for those who do want to come back into their homes and see the damage and start that enormous clean-up process that's going to have to be underway here as we get into the next few days and into the weekend. As I'm sure you can see behind me, there's still quite a lot of water here, but it is going, and unfortunately it is making its way up north, further to where you are, Michael. It's right now we're seeing that water being going through that community in Bunbartha, which is just to the north of us here. So authorities are asking residents in those areas to, we do have that warning in to evacuate immediately, but please prepare your homes because we are seeing that water from the Goulburn River start to move up north. Now, we're also hearing today that the true extent of the property damage will be further assessed today. We'll have people going door to door to homes where they can to try to get an exact extent to see how many homes are damaged, but we are hearing it is going to be in the thousands, Michael.
Gee, that's not good at all. Courtney Howe in Shepparton, thank you. OK, let's now go to the Wimmera region in Victoria, also an area bracing for flooding, perhaps serious flooding as early as today. Gillian Area is in Horsham there. Gillian, what's the latest where you are?
Good morning, Michael. Yes, so I'm here in Horsham, just near a secondary college where, as you can see, has had to be closed today because the roads are starting to be flooded. They're expecting the river here, the Wimmera River in Horsham here, to peak at about midday or just after lunchtime today at about, we're sitting currently at 3.2 metres and we're expected to get another 30 centimetre rise in the river. So major flooding, yes, absolutely is possible this afternoon. Everyone is sort of nervously waiting. One theme about the Wimmera River this time in this system so far has been that it's been a very, very slow creep. The river has rised very slowly. There's been a couple of reasons for this. We've seen this happen at Glenorchy and other townships along the Wimmera River. We've had a lot of growth in paddocks this season, very lush. All the rains that we've had have been really good for farmers and the crops are bountiful, same with the wetlands. But the one, I guess, while it's good for them, well, they were looking forward to a bumper harvest. Unfortunately, with the rain that we've had, it means that the wetlands are starting to get full, but that is the reason why the creep has been so slow. It's because the very dense vegetation has slowed the river, which means one benefit, I guess, is that it's allowed the catchments to receive and drain water, giving towns more time to prepare and forecast. One thing, though, that the town has communities that we're talking to have noticed is that it does make it very hard to plan and anticipate. The caravan park here in Horsham has cancelled their bookings for 1 week, which is a business loss for them, just waiting to see what will happen out of precaution. But it's very slow, and the other concern that a lot of people have here is that we're expecting another system to come through later this week, and that could bring more rain. And if we don't see the water levels start to drop before then, that could be a concern for the communities.
Gillian Area in Horsham, thank you so much. So Lisa and Madeline, just picking up from Gillian, it's certainly the same here in Echuca. Moama across the Murray River in New South Wales, serious flood warnings there too. There's just air of uncertainty. There's anxiety about how quickly or not things might happen here over the next few days. And also, as Gillian mentioned, Nate will elaborate on this shortly as well. Don't forget there's the rising rivers, but also another weather system involving heavy, heavy rain coming this way towards the end of the week as well, which no one is looking forward to.
Yeah, I bet. Michael, thanks.